Sadiq.
Yes.
So it's been a great evening. I think everyone enjoyed themselves. Can you just tell me briefly what the concept of BikerBrothers is?
The concept of BikerBrothers is essentially community, and community that surrounds bikes. And the concept of BikerBrothers is and always will be about sharing something that we enjoy, sharing something that we're passionate about, and spreading it as far as it's going to spread, but never losing sight of the fact that it's something that we enjoy. If we're not enjoying it, then we've missed the point.
Do you have any rules within your community, like do's and don'ts? What are the primary principles of BikerBrothers?
The primary principle of BikerBrothers is brotherhood, is fraternity, and what we believe is when you start attaching do's and don'ts, you're making things right and wrong, and you're judging and you're assuming and you're kind of closing off, and that kills that community spirit of brotherhood. So we're not really, I wouldn't say that we're about do's and don'ts, rules and regulations. We encourage good practice from experience. So whether that's to do with safety or just how you're being. And I wouldn't say that we're about do's and don'ts, because if you think about it, bikers and the biking community, they're not really warm to do's and don'ts. You know, they're a law unto themselves around the world. So we're not about do's and don'ts. We encourage good practice, we encourage brotherhood, and we encourage sharing what is good and what is beneficial to most, and leaving what is not beneficial, you know, and that's primarily based on choice. You know, we allow people to choose whether they want to do something or don't want to do something. We're not here to tell people what to do.
Right. Now you were aiming for 20 registrations. You pretty much nearly doubled that.
Yeah.
You had 37 registrations tonight.
Yeah.
And a great turnout. What does that spell to you? What does that mean to you?
I'm careful not to attach any meaning to it. It really is what it is. And it tells me that the evening was a success. It was something struck in the hearts of the people that were present that enabled them to register. So they felt enrolled. They were touched, moved and inspired by what they felt, what they saw, what they experienced. And that's because it was something that was genuine. It was something that was real. It wasn't contrived. There was no ulterior motive or something behind it. It had integrity in every sense of the word. It was true, and that caused people to register. From around, I think we had about 60 people turn out to our event on a very cold night. Had this been summertime, I dare say we would have trebled, if not quadrupled, the numbers of people that would turn out. So it's not exactly the kind of biker environment or climate, but in that sense the evening was a success. We had 37 registrations. I'm not going to attach any meaning to that whatsoever. It is what it is,
right.
And I accept it for what it is.
Okay.
And I'm touched by what it is.
Now I wanted to ask you, I noticed your speech. It was a very remarkable speech, but it seemed like it was unrehearsed. It came straight from the heart.
It was unrehearsed, and you know, and I was particular about that. I thought if I prepare something, I'm not going to generate something that's real for me, and people can pick up on what's not real. And my inspiration came from the crowd, came from my brothers, came from the people that were there. So I looked into their eyes and I saw and generated what I felt was appropriate, and that's what came out.
Right. What actually grabbed me about the speech is that it seemed very spiritual in nature, in essence. The underlying current was very, very deep. Where did that stem from?
It stemmed from my spirit. It stemmed from within me. And we all have that spirit. And my spirit was connecting with the spirit of others, and that's what was manifest in what I had to say.
Right. Okay, so now that the evening's done, what's the next step for BikerBrothers?
The next step for BikerBrothers is obviously I've come to a certain point within BikerBrothers. I've created a project and I'm gonna basically free myself of that project. It's not about me. I don't own BikerBrothers. BikerBrothers own BikerBrothers. So now I'm going to encourage BikerBrothers to take BikerBrothers where they want to take it. And that could be something that will, and I'm sure it will, extend beyond me, beyond the brothers that have registered today. And it will be a global project.
Okay. So basically you're telling me it's going to be a self-generated, self-sustaining community.
I hope so.
Bikers.
The community exists. BikerBrothers is just going to cater to that community and fit into that community. You know, there's a big biking community in the world, but like I said, bikes are just a focal point. Essentially, we're human beings, and bikes are an excuse for us to get together and put aside our own conversations about each other.
Right. Okay, anything else you want to add to BikerBrothers?
Not really, you know. I'm just happy with what's come out of the evening, and I'm keen to see what others want to contribute to it, what they want to add to it, because again, I need to detach myself from it, you know, and I was committed to BikerBrothers as a project. I'm not attached to it, and I just want to encourage others to make of it what they will.
Okay, one last question actually. Now that this is going to be a self-generated, self-sustaining community, run by the people, for the people, right?
I hope so.
And if you see it sort of from the back benches or from a high-level point of view, it going into a direction where you didn't want BikerBrothers to go, what would you do? Would you interfere? Would you step in, redirect?
I would be myself. And if there's something that I'm not happy with, I would discuss with the brothers and I'd make my view known. And that's all I can do really. You know, I can only be true to myself and true to the brothers around me. But I accept that people will have different views, different opinions, and I will always work to have common agreement or how can I put it, you know, consensus. And I'm willing to let go of whatever I may be on if, you know, the consensus agrees that, you know, another direction or another view is what's going to benefit BikerBrothers. So like I said, I'm not attached to it, and I don't own BikerBrothers, you know?
Right. So it's a lot of faith that's going into BikerBrothers, basically.
Faith and I think commitment as well.
Commitment.
Yeah.
Right, okay, I get it.
Thank you.
I think you've done a great job. Thank you very much, Sadiq. Hope it really works out well.
Thank you very much.